I want you to take a look at your morning cup of coffee. Or, maybe you're holding an iced latte right now, or just picturing that mug sitting on your kitchen counter.
Right, something we all just kind of take for granted.
Exactly. Just look at it for a second. You probably see a very normal, completely mundane part of your daily routine, like roasted beans, hot water, maybe a splash of oat milk.
It's a normal morning.
But what if I told you that you are drinking the direct result of an 18th century international espionage plot?
It's wild to think about.
It really is. A plot that involves a secret diplomatic mission, a forbidden romance, and a stolen bouquet of flowers.
It definitely forces a perspective shift. I mean, you start looking at that morning caffeine kick a little suspiciously when you realize its origins read like a political thriller.
You are holding a cup of liquid history.
Mm-hmm.
And that is exactly our mission for this deep dive. We are exploring the historical events detailed in the book, The Gilded Bean, Brazil's Coffee Empire.
Mm-hmm. It's a fantastic source.
We're going to look at how a desperate nation managed to break a deadly, heavily militarized monopoly, and in doing so, built a multi-billion-dollar global empire from a single, heavily guarded seed.
Just one seed. It's incredible.
Okay, let's unpack this. We need to set the scene. The year is 1727.
Right.
And in 1727, the global asset nations were fighting over wasn't gold, and it wasn't territory in the traditional sense. It was coffee.
Yeah, at this point in history, coffee was literally referred to as black gold.
Black gold, I love that.
And the nation holding the monopoly on this particular gold reserve in the Americas was France. They had established a massive presence in French Guiana, and they possessed the highly coveted coffee plants.
Right.
But they treated these plants less like agriculture and more like, well, highly classified military assets.
Yeah.
They guarded their coffee plantations with a fierce, uncompromising military presence.
Let's talk about the severity of that military presence, because exporting these coffee plants was an offense punishable by death.
Literally execution.
Which is crazy. To our modern sensibilities, executing someone over a plant sounds absurd.
Oh, totally.
But to really grasp the stakes here, you have to look at it through the lens of modern intellectual property.
How so?
Well, imagine a top-tier biotech firm or a massive tech conglomerate locking down the proprietary blueprints for, like, state-of-the-art microchips or a revolutionary pharmaceutical.
Oh, right, like the highest level of corporate security.
Exactly. The French military guarding coffee plants in 1727 wasn't about protecting a local crop. This was classified state technology.
It was absolute control over a highly addictive, incredibly lucrative global commodity.
Enforced by the threat of execution.
Right. And this raises an important question about the extreme lengths to which nations will go to secure or, to shatter economic dominance.
Because France understood that their monopoly was only as strong as their perimeter.
Exactly. If those seeds got out, their absolute control over the market would just evaporate.
And Brazil recognized this dynamic just as clearly, right?
They did. They were desperate to claim a piece of this market. But a frontal military assault on a heavily fortified French blockade would have been catastrophic.
Yeah, total disaster.
When the stakes are life and death, you can't rely on brute force. You need a surgical approach.
You need a specialist.
Yeah.
And Brazil sends in Francisco de Melo Pálleta.
Yes.
He's a brilliant military officer sent to French Guiana under the guise of a diplomatic mission.
A classic cover story.
And what I find fascinating here is the sheer audacity of the strategy. Paljeta knows he can't fight his way through the French military to get to these plants. The physical security is just too tight.
Right, there are armed guards everywhere.
So instead of trying to hack the physical perimeter, he hacks the social architecture of the colony.
It's classic social engineering. Paljeta arrives in French Guiana and completely bypasses the armed guards and the military installations.
He just ignores them entirely.
Totally. Instead, he focuses his attention on the